Hello everyone, my name is Seth, and today I'm going to give you my review of Deadpool. Deadpool 3 is my most anticipated movie of the year this year, and so I thought it would be a great time to go back and watch what some would consider an unconventional Valentine's Day movie, since tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And since it's almost Valentine's Day, I want to go ahead and say Happy Valentine's Day to my wife. I love you. But before I jump into the review, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. I think I would consider Deadpool a Valentine's Day movie. It was released in February, right before Valentine's Day in 2016, and it went on to become the highest grossing R-rated film at the time. And even now, it's still number 4, only behind Joker, Oppenheimer, and Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds was already a huge fan of Deadpool, even before this movie was made, even before he got to play Deadpool, Wade Wilson, the first time. And I think you can tell that with this film. All of his love for the character seeps into this film. He got to play a version of Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I would say, like most people, he did not like how that turned out. He didn't like how that character was done, so he set out to make it right. He absolutely did. Even though it took a while to finally get here, it was worth the wait. I think this is such a great introduction for audiences to Deadpool. We do get his origin story here, but it's not just like the standard boring origin story that you might would see from maybe a lesser film. I really do like how they tell this story. They get us right into the action with that bridge sequence, which is just about a recreation of some of that leaked footage from Comic-Con, which, of course, I put the air quotes up there because I really don't think it was leaked. I think it was leaked on purpose in order to try to get more momentum to actually start making this film. But in this film, we have Deadpool kind of telling us how we got to this situation, how we got to him hunting down Ajax. And for about half the movie, we kind of go back and forth between the current time and then what he's telling us about his origin. I think that makes it a lot more interesting than just a standard origin movie. And like I mentioned earlier about this kind of being a Valentine's Day movie, it is a love story. I mean, Deadpool even tells us himself that this is a love story. Wade and Vanessa meet and they fall in love, but then Wade gets sick and he goes and tries to have this experimental treatment, which ends up giving him his powers, his mutation. After that, Wade is afraid that Vanessa will reject him because of the way he looks now, but toward the end, they have a very nice reconciliation. But their relationship is really one of the main parts of this story, and these two characters are perfect for each other. They were both very well written, and I mean, the whole script was very well written. It was well structured, and I think it gave plenty of room for Ryan Reynolds to do some improvisation. There's some references that really work, and the fourth wall breaking all works great. It could have been easy for the fourth wall breaking to be kind of cheesy, not really done that great or overdone, but they did it perfectly here. They made great use of it, and it led to plenty of laughs. Even in terms of the writing, they even wrote around the budget. The budget for this was only $58 million, but that created for some pretty funny situations. I would say sometimes you can notice the budget here, especially in 2024, but overall, I would say it looks good, but kind of going back to where they wrote around the budget. Deadpool is heading to the final confrontation. He has a big duffel bag full of like guns and weapons and things like that. And then they get there and he forgets the weapons in the taxi. And so they don't have any of that available. Like I said, I would say most of the CGI does look good, but I think one of the standouts here is Colossus. Colossus looks incredible. The design for Colossus is great, but the actual rendering and motion capture is really, really good. The only big issues with the CGI is some of the composition shots. You can tell, especially now, they kind of look like an obvious green screen, but that's really my only complaints. For the budget it had, it is incredibly well done. And like I already mentioned, this movie is funny. I won't lie to you and say that I think every single joke works, because not all of them work for me. They might work for you, and that would be great. But at least most of the jokes, the vast majority of the jokes do work for me. I feel like there's a much larger portion of jokes that work than don't, and that's what you want. But honestly, I loved all of the Wolverine and Hugh Jackman jokes. Ryan Reynolds just really knows this character and he understands the tone that's needed. And to say that Ryan Reynolds did a great job in this is probably an understatement. You know how it just seems like there's certain actors who are born for different roles? Well, I absolutely think that Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool. I'm so glad that he ended up getting the chance to kind of redeem what happened in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Miranda Baccarin also did a really good job here. The biggest thing that really makes the relationship between Vanessa and Wade work, especially as well as it does, is both of their performances individually, but also their chemistry together. The focus in this film is so much so on Deadpool. We don't get a ton of time with our villain. We don't have a lot of layers, a lot of depth to this villain. So the villain, Ajax, is kind of one note. However, Ed Skeen, who plays Ajax, did a really good job. It's just, he did a really good job with that one note. Of course, you would have loved to see a little bit more depth here, but overall, he does a good job of kind of playing just a ruthless, mean, horrible villain. The whole cast does a really good job in this film, but they got the most important thing right, and that's Deadpool. But I also want to bring up Colossus. Colossus was one of my favorite characters in this. He's one of my favorite characters in Deadpool 2. He's just such a nice Boy Scout of a character, and getting him and Deadpool together, it just makes for some really entertaining film. The action in this film were awesome. They were very creative with these action sequences, and that's exactly what you need for Deadpool. Tim Miller did a great job. He definitely knows how to shoot a fight scene. I love that bridge sequence where Deadpool was having to count his bullets to make sure he had enough. And that last fight between Deadpool and Ajax was really well done. It was well choreographed. It was well filmed. But all of the action is a lot of fun, and they definitely do not shy away at all from the violence. Overall, this is a great addition to all of the superhero films. This movie is a lot of fun. It's funny. Ryan Reynolds is perfect as Deadpool. Although this film might not be without its faults, because there are a few faults here and there, there's a reason why this was a massive hit. I'm glad Ryan Reynolds ended up getting this chance to make this film, and I am so incredibly excited for Deadpool 3. I think I would give Deadpool a 4 out of 5. But that's it. That's my review for Deadpool. Have you seen this film? Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Are you excited for Deadpool 3? Let me know also in the comment section down below. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media pretty much anywhere at CinemaSeth, and I'll see you next time.